This is Ryeland. He was my inspiration for the story that I'm going to be reading to you in a few moments. And he's a big pixie bobcat, and he really, folks, he has no tail. Just this little nub of a thing. And I found him when he was a little baby. I was pregnant with Ryeland. It was 2009, and he was just a little tiny thing, and I had to bottle feed him and everything. So, and he's this big lug of a cat now. So he's the inspiration here for my story. Hi y'all, this is a book that I wrote, and it's called Ryeland's Tale. And anyways, Ryeland's Tale is one of my first published books, and it's for sale. You'll be able to buy it soon on Barnes & Noble and Amazon, but you can buy it through me and my website as well. That would be seattleheart.com or roxhart.com or sizzletastic.com. We have 3 websites, so I'll make sure that all 3 of those websites go up on here. So you can buy this through our websites, or you can buy this on Amazon or Barnes & Noble. So anyways, this book is about a cat, and his name's Ryeland, and he's kind of getting made fun of because he looks different. And so I wanted to write a book that was meaningful to children. And one of the biggest things in my life I remembered was being bullied in school pretty severely. And it can make you feel really bad when you're being bullied in school. So I wanted children to know, no matter what they look like or who they love or like or whatever is their passion in life, you know, and that to follow your passion and to find that and stuff, and don't let anyone bully you, you know, and it just doesn't matter what people say or think. Ryeland's Tale, Loving My Tale, story and art by Lilliana Hart, that's me, additional artists Rox Hart and Kaeden Hart. Dedicated to Kaeden, Ariana, and Lila. The key to life is living for yourself and those who you love. Never let anyone make you feel like you are less of a person. It doesn't matter how you look, who you love, or what you are, because love is unconditional when it comes from the right friend. Ryeland the kitten is not your ordinary, usual cat you see. He had no tail, and it made everyone laugh when he would fall and flail. Oh, look at poor Ryeland. He was a bit round, and that made him sound to his friends who perched on the fence. "Why, look at that," said Whispers. "Look at that cat." Everyone stared, and no one cared how poor Ryeland wept. "He is crying. Is he afraid?" said Emily. "He's a big fraidy cat." And they sat on the fence, and one by one they perched, and they laughed. Ryeland sulked and looked around at all the tails hitting the ground. He saw the squirrel with the bushy tail and the picture of the whale's tail on the side of the seashore pails. He was amazed. Even a bee had a tail that stings, and the telephone had an antenna tail that helps it ring. The horse had a tail, of course, and so did a brown cow singing loudly in the pasture about now. Ryeland had no tail, and for that he believed he was frail. Day in and day out he pondered and worried, where did his tail go? He saw the dog chase his tail high and low, and Whispers and Emily had a tail that was like a big long bow. "Where did my tail go?" Ryeland asked Mother, as he couldn't help but wonder alone any longer. "Ryeland, my sweet Ryeland boy," said his mother, "not every kitten has a tail, and that shouldn't make you wail. You are unique, and if you keep sulking, you will simply peak. Don't let it bother you anymore." Ryeland thought and pondered, but he still had an ache to wonder, where did his tail go? "Mother, then why does Emily and Whispers have a tail, but I don't have one to no avail? It makes them better than me, and even mice laugh and tease, and it doesn't please to hear such things." Mother lowered her ears and extended her paws, and with a deep breath, she paused. She shook her head, and she got up from the bed by the hens in the straw. Now don't let it get you down or even slow you to a crawl, but sometimes even cats can be a bit rude. When it comes to a different walk and attitude, my son, you have a gift, for you will never trip on your tail. An ordinary cat, your common house cat, of course, has whiskers and a tail, but you have something more than even whiskers. You have a heart, and since a tiny kitten, you've played a big part in the life of your family for a start. You got a boy and a girl and a baby princess who love you more than any ordinary cat, no doubt. You know why, my son? Ryeland shook his ears and he let out some tears. Because, son, you are you. Imagine even if you had a tail, they would still love you without fail. The car arrived just in time, and out running up the steps was them, the little girl and boy. In their hands they carried toys, and not just any toy, but the kind of toy that makes any cat appeased. Toys, feathers, and mice, and some warm kisses all night. It sure was nice being with friends who cared to please. They didn't mind if Ryeland had no tail, for he was the best thing in the world that any boy or girl could ever have. After Ryeland realized he was loved, even for who he was, he learned to not be sad. Ryeland might have no tail, but has more than any old cat with a tail ever had. He even had art hung on the refrigerator with pride. With a loving my cat Ryeland he spied. In his heart he soared over the rainbows with delight. He was loving his tail, and he no longer cried. He had love, friends, and lots of mice. It sure was nice to be a cat without a tail, after all. The end. I hope that you like my story, y'all, and it's really nicely done and packaged. We did all the art. I hand drew all the art by hand and wrote the story, and Kaeden helped and Rox helped, and everyone just got involved with this. So it's a really beautiful book. So once again, come pick it up on sizzletastic.com, roxhart.com, or you can come to my personal photography site, and that's seattleheart.com. You can come pick this up, and you can buy this storybook along with a lot of our other products. We have games, we have t-shirts, we have DVDs, we have books. So we have like a whole little product lineup. But this, I think, is one of the most precious things that you can buy and share with your child. And I'd be glad if you could send it to me. I would autograph it for you, or sign it, and then have us sign it for you. So see you soon, y'all.